Heartbreak at Wembley. Juan hates the name. Why do you hate the name? We're not heartbroken. They're heartbroken. They played hard for 60 minutes. They had their number, dude, and then they gassed out. This is Hermanos FC, and this is the post-game match. Hot take.
It's not heartbreak because
it isn't.
Well, we knew Real Madrid was gonna win. What's surprising is that Dortmund played that good of a game. That's surprising.
That's why they're heartbroken, because they're like, hey, we really came out there. You didn't see them crying. You're gonna tell me that they're happy then?
Yeah, they're like, hey, my team at least made it to the final.
You're a fucking liar.
That was their mentality. That was their mentality.
Idiot. I'm standing by that fucking name.
Sure,
right?
It's dumb, but you do whatever, because that doesn't make sense. We knew Real Madrid was gonna win. All we needed to find out was Vinicius gonna score or was Jude Bellingham gonna score? Because for me, that would have decided. It's just my opinion, obviously. Who wins Ballon d'Oro?
Let's get into the stats though, real quick. Okay. So Real Madrid won 2-0. The scorers were Dani Carvajal and Vinicius. So the when you saw kind of, for me at least, the implosion of the Borussia is when Ian Maatsen, is the Borussia defender, passed the ball back to a space that was not empty, not to his player. Jude Bellingham got that ball, gave it a quick pass to Vinicius, and then he lopped it in there. It wasn't a good shot, by the way. I saw the replay. The shot kind of weaved off the ground. It hit the goalie's hand, and it still went in.
Goal's a goal.
But it didn't matter.
He's claiming it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how ugly a goal is. A goal is a goal. That was it. Kind of. That was game over, really. The only thing after that was that there was a maybe like 10 minutes later and 8 minutes later, there was a goal that was called offsides, and that would have put the game 2-1. Would have made it a little spicier, but
that would have made it a little tighter. You know what I mean? But it was off. Way off. That wasn't even close. Let's not debate or anything.
It was by Nicolas Füllkrug. And it was a header from across that would have made the game a little tighter, but that was kind of an indication of how their night went. Like, that being called off was part and parcel to them dominating the game for like 60 minutes, like full on. They had Real's number, and I thought,
it's one of those things where and it's if you can't finish against them, they're coming back for you.
That's it. You can't not finish your chances and in a big game like that against a team against any team like that, because you get to a final, the team that you're up against is not. They didn't get there by a fluke, and they had at least 4 chances. I'm looking at the numbers here. They had at least 4 chances to score.
They had the 1-on-1 early on,
right?
Which my whole thing too, the only thing that I could have seen as maybe hurting Real Madrid was having Thibaut in there.
Who?
Thibaut Courtois.
What do you mean, having him be the goalie hurt them?
No, I didn't know how that was going to go, because Real Madrid haven't been playing with him all year because he tore his ACL. Mm-hmm. So to put him in a final, that's the only thing that I could have seen go wrong their way, right? Mm-hmm. But he played fantastic.
Yeah. He saved their ass. I mean, for that, I think it was for that first 1-on-1, he cut him off. He because of the way that he angled him and cut him off,
he made him go
the only
wider.
reason he couldn't get that shot off. So just smart goaling. But that was like the consistent with the game. That's what sucked, because the second, that third attempt, that fourth attempt, and they hadn't scored yet, it's like it's gonna come back
and bite you in the ass.
You can't have that many chances, dude, and you can't. So that's like a detriment to Borussia Dortmund, even though they're super good. They're always really good. They're super competitive, but they don't have that guy, you know. And every time they do have that guy, he ends up getting picked up. I mean, if Haaland was there still, let's say he hadn't gone yet, right? Let's say he was still there, he would have finished those attempts. He would have had his in this game, 100%. But that's what Borussia lacks, is that they don't have that consistency, and then they don't have that guy. Usually they're so good because they're such a team, such a united team, that they all just play so well together. Like, they always have that, but you gotta have that one dude that can just like outshine sometimes for these like specific plays.
I got an interesting question for you. So my Balón de Oro like runners for the trophy were Vinicius number 1 and Jude Bellingham number 2. Now they both win the Champions League. Does winning the Copa America or winning the Euro, because they're both not going to each win their own tournament. One of them's going to lose. So let's say, because Vinicius scored today, I think now, I thought he deserved it maybe even last year. I think this year he deserves it too. But if Jude Bellingham wins the Euro with England, does then he leapfrog him and be like, okay?
Yeah, 100%, because Jude Bellingham on that English squad is going to be that guy too. He's not coming off a bench. He's not coming off the bench. He's not like a role player. He's going to be really important in that midfield. And if they win, it'll be due to his productivity and what he can create. But Vinicius scores goals. That wins games too. So I think it really depends who wins, because then they'll have another notch. It'll be like, okay, well, come on, he just came off of winning this, and that. Whoever that player is for me touted to win the Ballon.
Okay.
I think that's mine. You're right though. You're right. I think whoever wins their respective countries tournament.
If the voting was today, like finished today, Vinicius wins.
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now going into this summer tournament, if Vinicius doesn't win the Copa America, but Jude Bellingham wins the Euro, I think he like gets leapfrogged.
Yeah,
which sucks too, because like I'm like, when is he gonna win his Balón de Oro?
Yeah, I mean, he's still young though. What is he? 23?
I think they said 24. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's young. Whatever. The point is, he'll have his chances if he doesn't. I'm not at all worried about that fool. So.
Okay.
But anyway, the last thing that I wanted to talk about, because we were both kind of live tweeting each other while the game was going on. The Marco Reus coming in was not a good move that you said. You were like,
no,
yeah,
I didn't like
think
that.
He
just because
I'm
gonna butcher his name. Was Akemi?
His name is, let me see. He came in for Karim Adeyemi. Yeah.
Adeyemi. Granted, yes, he messed up the 1-on-1. Like, he should have finished that, right? But I felt like he kept Dani Carvajal back there because he was worried about, that speed, right? He took up that pace. And the second he gets subbed out, Dani Carvajal then... granted, it's a corner, but it's almost like, you know what? He has a little bit more freedom to be up more and all this stuff like that, be more comfortable.
He started causing trouble.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm not saying Royce shouldn't have came in. I'm just saying maybe not for
not
him.
At that time.
Not the only Dortmund attacking scary dude.
And not at that time specifically.
Not at that time. No. Because then they dropped. Like it all kind of like fell after that first sub. Maybe for Emery Chan or Brandt, that probably would have been better.
Yeah.
Because they look gassed. Not that they weren't good. They just had to keep up with that midfield. Vinicius was pace all game. I was annoying for them. But after that sub, I kind of saw the downfall. And especially because
writing on the wall.
Yeah, because then Vinicius did that crazy Meg in the corner, and he was laughing about it. I was like, okay, great. Now that he's having fun, it's contagious, right? So like everybody's gonna ball.
Well, yeah. So it's disappointing for anyone to lose at a tournament like that at such a high level, but not really all that surprising. I definitely wanted. I always like the underdog to win. And I do have a soft spot for Borussia personally, and it would have been nice. It would have been nice, or at least to give them like a tighter game at that point. Like if it was that first goal for them to come back and kind of keep it real tight. But it felt literally in the last 20 minutes that they were just gassed and they couldn't. And you just saw it. You're like, unless some crazy miracle, some crazy thing, which it kind of ended up looking like with that goal. They got called offside. It would have probably been a tighter game, but it just you can't deny Real Madrid in tournament games. They just whatever gear and whatever they're doing in the locker room at halftime, whatever chat that is, whatever secret stuff, juice, Space Jam juice.
Yeah. They're good.
Whatever that is, yeah. They
and they get Mbappe next year. So what does that mean? They win.
Oh God!
Just right. Yeah. 16th on the jersey already. Like, who's gonna beat them?
Before we leave, this was Toni Kroos' last game too.
Oh,
so what a way to go out. I think also Modric too.
Modric's
yeah. I know he doesn't want to leave, but I think they're just gonna have to put him out to pasture.
I think also Dani Carvajal.
I think so. Yeah, I think there were like talks about that. But so what a way to go out. It's probably the best way to go. It's always best to go out when you're on top.
They won the league. They won Champions League. Go out on a high.
Going on a high. So that's really cool to kind of see that too. Really big names just kind of bowing out in the best way possible. But yeah, dude, thanks for jumping on real quick and we talk about the game. Thank everyone. I want to thank everyone else again also for listening, and please like and subscribe. It really does help us out, helps the channel out, and we'll talk on the next one, guys.
Later, guys.
Bye, everybody. Suck it. All right.